Hello, my name is Anjanette Techmeyer. Good afternoon. I am a registered nurse and I am a wife and a mother of a 7-year-old. I have worked in a variety of healthcare settings, but the most rewarding of those are when I can teach and empower families like yourselves regarding health issues. I'm passionate about being an advocate for creating healthy environments. Today I will be speaking to you about creating a healthy environment in your own home as this relates to nutrition. You are all parents who have young children in your home, and as HealthyEating.org teaches us, what lessons you teach them now as they are young regarding nutrition will carry with them as they become teenagers and eventually adults. The Mayo Clinic tells us that there is a link between good nutrition and healthy weight, reduced chronic disease risk, and overall health that is too important to ignore. By taking steps to eat healthy, you'll be on your way to getting the nutrients your body and your family's bodies need to stay healthy, active, and strong. The nutrients in the foods we eat support the activities of day-to-day living. They protect our cells from environmental damage and repair any cellular damage that might occur. Protein rebuilds injured tissue and promotes a healthy immune system. Both carbohydrates and fats fuel our bodies, while vitamins and minerals function throughout our body in support of our body's processes. Without a healthy diet, you might compromise any of these essential functions. Consuming foods from a wide variety of sources helps ensure your body has the nutrients it needs to avoid these health problems. If you are not used to eating a healthy diet that promotes your well-being, making gradual changes can help you improve the way you eat in the long run. That is what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you some information and some helpful tips to incorporate some healthy eating for you and your family. How your child eats today will have a striking impact on their health throughout adolescence and adulthood. Consuming nutritious foods helps children and teens grow. They develop, they do well academically and feel good about themselves. Eating a healthy diet also helps prevent child and teen issues such as eating disorders, obesity, dental cavities, and iron deficiency anemia. Why is this all important? The President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition tells us that our food choices each day affect your health, how you feel today, tomorrow, and in the future. The risk factors for adult chronic diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes are increasingly seen in younger ages, often a result of unhealthy eating habits and increased weight gain. Dietary habits established in childhood often carry into adulthood, so teaching our children how to eat healthy at a young age will help them stay healthy throughout their life. Good nutrition is an important part of leading a healthy lifestyle. Combined with physical activity, your diet can help you to reach and maintain a healthy weight, reduce your risk for chronic diseases like heart disease and cancer, and promote your overall health. Bruning an Iceberg tells us that well-established healthy eating behaviors include eating a regular breakfast, fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. Dietary intake during adolescence is of critical importance for growth and development, a healthy body weight, and short and long-term health. According to the Centers of Disease Control, unhealthy eating habits have contributed to the obesity epidemic in the United States. About 1/3 of U.S. adults are obese, and approximately 17% of children and adolescents aged 2 to 19 years are obese. In 2011 to 2012, 8.4% of 2 to 5-year-olds had obesity compared to 17.7% of 6 to 11-year-olds and 20.5% of 12 to 19-year-olds. According to the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition, about 90% of Americans eat more sodium than is recommended for a healthy diet. Reducing the sodium Americans eat by 1,200 milligrams per day could save up to $20 billion a year in medical costs. This relates directly to our community health. Empty calories from added sugars and solid fats contribute to 40% of total daily calories for 2 to 18-year-olds, and half of those empty calories come from 6 sources: soda, fruit drinks, dairy desserts, grain desserts, pizza, and whole milk. The President's Council also tells us that even for people at a healthy weight, a poor diet has an impact that is associated with major health risks that can cause illness and even death. These include heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and certain types of cancer. So by making smart food choices, you can help protect yourself and your family from these health problems. Dr. Gene Siegel tells us that for adults over 50, the benefits of healthy eating includes increased mental acuteness, resistance to illness and disease, higher energy levels, faster recuperation times, and better management of chronic health problems. As we age, eating can also be the key to a positive outlook and staying emotionally balanced. Key nutrients are essential for the brain to do its job. People who eat a selection of brightly colored fruits, leafy vegetables, and fish and nuts packed with omega-3 fatty acids can improve focus and decrease their risk for Alzheimer's. Regular consumption of antioxidant-rich green tea may also enhance memory and mental alertness as you age. Eating healthfully allows your body to function better. As an individual, when you eat healthfully, you feel more awake. You have more energy to do the things that you want to do, and you have more energy to spare because your body isn't trying to run on sugars and fats. Eating a healthy mix of greens and grains, fruits, vegetables, dairy, and protein gives your body all the nutrients it needs for an improved quality of life, as told to us by Carlisle and Hamlin. The Centers of Disease Control tell us that you play an important role as a guide and a coach for your children as they make choices about eating. Children generally choose foods that are familiar, easily available, and ready to be eaten. So encourage your child or teen to eat more fruits and vegetables by making them just as convenient as sugary snacks. And we're going to talk a little bit of how to do that today. Children who see their parents or caregivers buying, cooking, and eating healthy foods are more apt to eat healthy foods themselves. Healthy families make positive choices with all aspects of individual and family life. This includes the food choices we are making. Just hearing about the benefits of a balanced diet persuades some people to change their eating habits and lifestyles. For others, eating a healthy diet may be more difficult because healthy food options are not readily available or easily accessible or affordable in their communities. In fact, scientific studies have found that low-income and underserved communities often have limited access to stores that sell healthy food, especially high-quality fruits and vegetables. And rural communities often have a higher number of convenience stores where healthy foods are less available in larger retail food markets. And this is information from the CDC website. And okay, so now what? What can we do? What can we do at home to incorporate more healthy eating? What actions can we take? Let's first start at the beginning of the day with breakfast. For those of you with school-age children and more than one school-age child, or throw in there getting yourself ready for work, studies indicate that this can be a very challenging day. So eating a healthy breakfast can positively affect cognitive function and academic performance and support emotional stability and alertness. Research also suggests that children who eat breakfast regularly are more likely to meet overall recommendations for vitamin and mineral intake. Children who skip breakfast do not typically make up the nutrients later in the day. Instead, they tend to fill up on nutrient-poor snacks at school and are less likely to eat enough fruits and vegetables. Eating breakfast is associated with increased likelihood of unhealthy weight. The ideal breakfast should emphasize fiber, whole grains, and protein, and you should have as little added sugar as possible. Every morning, aim to eat at least one of each category. So protein, you want eggs, either eggs, beans, nuts, a nut butter, a yogurt, cottage cheese, something like that. You want something with whole grain toast, a whole grain bagel, whole grain tortilla, oatmeal, granola, and of course any fruits or vegetables that you can get in. Vegetables are not typically known for breakfast, but we can put them in smoothies, things like that. Here are some easy breakfasts that fit. Most are easy to excuse me, eat in your car too, so when you're in a hurry and you can still get in a good breakfast for the kids. So coach kids to assemble these breakfast items by themselves as part of a morning routine as well, and this fosters healthy habits and independence as well. You can combine hard-boiled egg with some whole grain crackers and a little bit of fresh fruit. You can get a whole grain tortilla, put a scrambled egg in there, put some vegetables like tomatoes or turkey or veggie sausage in there, and then add some fruit with that. You can have an apple or applesauce, just a handful of walnuts, and some crackers. You can have a fruit muffin or a nut muffin and a hard-boiled egg. Kind of gets all those things all at once. Those are things that you can easily put in your hand and take with you in the car. Number 2, let's talk about apps. And no, I'm not talking about the apps your kids are probably most used to on the phone or the iPad, but apps as in appetizers. These can be a great way to incorporate foods when kids can be the hungriest and perhaps a bit less picky. For many families, dinner time is the day's final push for productivity, and it can be challenging. It can be a challenging time. People may be hungry, exhausted, rushing around, stressed, impatient, or all of the above. Set out healthy nibbles for your family to share while you're preparing the evening meal. Serving healthy vegetables and fruits when kids are the hungriest means they're more likely to eat them. A healthy appetizer can ease the pressure of getting something on the table quickly as well. So stick to appetizers that are raw and quick. Use crunchy whole grain crackers for dipping or vegetables for dipping. Invite kids to help prepare the appetizer. As they help peel or chop or taste, talk about each food and its nutrition benefits. Begin teaching your kids basic kitchen safety depending on their ages. Appetizers can help you what we call eat a rainbow of foods every day, which is one way to ensure a wide range of nutrients. While kids nibble, they can set the table, talk about their day, finish or get help with homework, or simply observe what you're doing and learn about the food. You can make fruit kebabs with yogurt. You can cut your family's favorite fruits up and put them on skewers. This kind of gives a rainbow. It kind of gives it fun for kids. Encourage them to make a rainbow and then serve it with yogurt as a dip. Sliced apples with some peanut butter is a great appetizer. Kids love to eat with their hands, so let them. Dips are a favorite snack that provides an opportunity to add or hide nutrients in a child's daily diet. Okay, number 3, so how do you become a super parent? Well, this is not super as in Superman, but super as in a pot of soup. Soups are a one-pot wonder. They are hearty, they're satisfying, easy to prepare, and a great way to add or hide extra nutrition in one simple meal. What's so super about soups? They are a simple way to pack in more vegetables, beans, and whole grains. They are filling and satisfying, even with little or no fat added. Serving soups as a meal starter can also help with portion control. Many soup recipes can be made in just one pot for easy cleanup. There's no need to buy soups that are prepackaged in boxes or cans. They also could have some excess sodium and other unnecessary ingredients. It is less expensive and incredibly easy to prepare them fresh yourself. You can try adding if the texture kind of turns off your kids, you can puree them in a food processor or even a blender a little bit. You can kind of mix up even some tofu to add some added protein in there if you'd like. You can add some leafy greens in a soup. Quick cooking dried beans or even just canned beans, simple canned beans such as kidney or garbanzo, red or black beans added to a soup, give it a protein boost. And it's actually great on the budget as well. You can substitute your whole grain pasta and brown rice for what typically would be a white pasta or white rice in your favorite soup recipes. They won't miss it. Add extra color with vegetables such as carrots, sweet potatoes, squashes, tomatoes, and peppers. They are especially soup friendly to pack in a wide range of nutrients. Choose whole grain bread instead. Why whole grain? Whole grains come from plants. Common whole grains are wheat, corn, brown rice, wild rice, barley, rye, quinoa, spelt, and there are many others. A whole grain is the entire grain seed, and which it actually has 3 layers, germ, bran, and endosperm. When a grain is processed, meaning it is milled or crushed or cracked, rolled, or cooked, some of the layers and valuable nutrients are removed from that grain, and it can no longer be called whole. Whole grains also have more nutrients and more flavor. They help you feel full longer and provide dietary fiber, which promotes better heart and intestinal health. Look for whole grains and fiber in all kinds of bread, sandwich bread, dinner rolls, bagels, English muffins, tortillas, flatbreads, pita pockets, any of those things. What we don't want you to do is get confused by words that say whole wheat. This does not always mean whole grain, and neither do other common words such as made with whole grain, enriched wheat flour, multigrain, stone ground, 7 grain, bran. They sound good, but they're not whole grain. Once whole grain breads are part of your routine, you can also make the whole grain switch to any of your favorite foods, such as whole grain pasta instead of white pasta, brown rice instead of white rice. And what we like to say is, like with the whole grain bread, do a piece of, if you're eating white bread now, do a piece of white bread and do one piece of whole grain bread, so half and half. Same way with your rice. Kind of just mix your rice, brown rice mixed with white rice, half and half. If you slowly add these to your kids' diets, they really won't notice it. If you do it all of a sudden, they might notice a texture difference. You can try a new grain, start with quinoa or bulgur. They can be boiled just like rice. You can also toss these grains, especially quinoa or bulgur, into salads or even soups. You can mix a third of a cup of uncooked oats for each pound of ground beef or turkey if you make meatball or meatloaf, anything like that. So you can add it into your foods. Here are 3 simple goals for you and your family. Number 1, eat breakfast every day. Remember that what your child eats for breakfast excuse me, can set the tone for the entire day and even for a lifetime of healthy habits. Research shows that choices and attitudes towards this one simple morning ritual can impact energy level, behavior, academic performance, and future food choices, as told to us by Barr and Dan Frisco. Number 2, eat something raw every day. LaDolce and Harris tell us that eating raw fruits, veggies, nuts, even just once a day, is an easy way to help balance your diet and get essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Plus, it's a super time and money saver for busy families. And eat a rainbow. What does it mean to eat a rainbow? Julie Alsta tells us that we should start by choosing a variety of different colored whole foods throughout the day and throughout the week. So the more naturally occurring the colors on your plate at each meal or snack, the better. It does not mean making a rainbow with artificially colored gummy snacks or fruits or popsicles or sodas. Fruits and vegetables get their color from naturally occurring micronutrients such as vitamins and nutrients, which are essential for good health. One key function of these nutrients is antioxidants, which include beta-carotene, lutein, lycopene, and vitamins A, C, and E. Thank you all for being here today and listening. I hope I have provided you with 2 or 3 things that you can incorporate to help your family eat a healthy diet. Just to recap a few things. Protein. Choose seafood, lean meats, poultry, eggs, beans, peas, soy products, unsalted nuts, and seeds. Fruits. Encourage your child to eat a variety of canned, fresh, frozen, or dried fruits rather than fruit juice. If your child drinks juice, make sure it's 100% juice and limit his or her servings. Vegetables. Serve a variety of fresh, canned, or frozen vegetables, especially the dark green, red, or orange vegetables, beans, and peas. Grains. Choose whole grains, such as a whole wheat bread, oatmeal, popcorn, quinoa, or wild or brown rice. Dairy. Encourage your child to eat and drink fat-free or low-fat dairy products, such as milk, yogurt, cheese, and fortified soy beverages. WholeKidsFoundation.org tells us that children develop a natural preference for the foods they enjoy the most, so the challenge is to make their healthy choices appealing. Of course, no matter how good your intentions, it's always going to be difficult to convince your 8-year-old, or in my case, your 7-year-old, that an apple is as sweet as a treat as a cookie. However, you can ensure that your children's diet is as nutritious and wholesome as possible, even while allowing for some of their favorite treats. The childhood impulse to imitate is strong, so it's important you act as a role model for your kids. When children are involved in the planning process, they'll be more likely to eat what is prepared. Ask your children and other family members what foods they would like to eat during the week, simplify. Instead of being overly concerned accounting calories or measuring portion sizes, think of your diet as in terms of color, variety, and freshness. This way it will be easier to make healthy choices. Gradually, you can incorporate these new fresh ingredients. Start slow and make changes over time. Trying to make your diet as healthy overnight is not realistic. Changing everything at once is usually not going to work. Make small steps, and as your small changes become habit, you can continue to add more healthy choices to your family's diet. Every change you make is important to your family's diet, and it matters. The long-term goal is to feel good, have more energy, and reduce the risk of cancer and disease. Every healthy food choice you make for your family counts. Thank you for all being here today. Have a great day.